Hello and welcome to Construction Sport Weekly. We are back and we're giving you a little roundup. Just to make everyone aware, this is not the Construction Sport podcast. That is coming to you in February. It was going to come in December, but there's been a lot on the plate and we're just waiting for a few things to be finalised, a few fun things to be announced. So bear with, but at the moment, while we're here, we're doing over the next coming weeks, and obviously I've been the last 6 weeks, doing a little bit of Construction Sport Weekly, just giving you an update and keeping you in the loop of how it's all going. So we are currently heading towards the end of January. We've nearly made it of the first month of the year, but we are on the 18th. We've got a couple of weeks to go. But it is freezing out there. Today was recorded at -5. And there are a lot of bricklayers out there who aren't working at the moment. I've spoken to a couple this week, and I know a few. I've spoken to a few about getting some work. So whilst the cold weather's on, if you need a labourer or just a little bit of support, give a few days to a bricklayer because they're all out of work because it is far too cold and the frost, and as they know, anything below 2 or 3 degrees, isn't it, or whatever they say, is causing issues for them guys. So they have it every year, don't get me wrong, but if anyone does have just a few weeks they can help out with a bricklayer when the bad weather is good, then please spare a thought for a bricklayer. This week, so protecting workers in wintry conditions of all things, actually. So here we go, construction workers. This is how to protect workers in wintry conditions. There's a report that I saw this morning, and I found it quite interesting and quite entertaining. So I thought I'd put it to you. But as a northerly airflow brings cold Arctic air and the potential snow and ice to the UK, the Health and Safety Executive is urging employers to assess risks to their workers. So this goes for construction workers as well, the HSE. The Met Office has issued yellow national severe weather warnings to parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland Monday the 15th of January, as well as predicting that snow will move inland Scotland, Northern England and southern parts of the UK later in the week. And there is cold health alert in force. So this is what you should do if you work outside in the cold, according to the Health and Safety Executive. They know it. Firstly, the HSE recommends that only outdoor work, which is absolutely necessary, should be undertaken in extreme cold, and companies should consider delaying non-urgent work until warmer times of the year if appropriate. So construction workers, if you're working outdoors, you should really consider not working at all, according to the Health and Safety Executive. If the work must go ahead, ensuring that adequate PPE is supplied, such as safety footwear, because you don't already do that before. Oh, safety footwear specifically designed for cold weather. Just put an extra pair of socks on. Claire Weston from the PPE supplier Uvex recommends looking for some safety footwear with effective insulation, because she wants to sell you some footwear basically, such as boots with fleece lining for extra warmth. She said cold feet can cause physical discomfort and numbness. In extreme cases, prolonged exposure to cold can lead to frostbite, which can cause pain, tissue damage, and even long-term complications. So there you go, guys. If you haven't already picked up yet, but when it's cold in the winter, you should put more layers on your feet. Not that we don't already know that already, but what a waste of an article. Funny though, isn't it? So knowing the signs of cold stress, all workers must be educated on the risks of cold stress. Never heard about it in my life, what cold stress is, and the signs and symptoms. Cold stress can occur if the body is unable to maintain core temperature after exposure to cold. Fucking hell, we ain't working in the North Pole, are we? It's England for 2 or 3 days a year. There's ice in these reports. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. What a load of holy shit. But Hanson. I know Hanson, concrete company. They do a lot of concrete. They are no more, but not because they've gone bust. Do not panic. They've been taken out, and Hanson is now known as Heidelberg Materials. Hanson UK, one of the best-known manufacturers of heavy-side building materials, has rebranded to Heidelberg Materials, aligning with its parent company. The company produces aggregates, asphalt, ready-mix concrete, cement, ground-granulated, blast furnace slag, a lower carbon cement replacement, and recycled materials to help. So there we go. That's interesting. One. Hanson's is now gone, everybody. So if someone says Hanson's Concrete, they are no more. They are Heidelberg. That literally makes me think of Breaking Bad straight away, but I know it's spelled differently. Yeah, so this is a little bit of what's going on out there. Also, HS2, of all things. Lots of negative press always around HS2, but here's an interesting one, what's quite cool, actually. I do believe, because I'm a saddo in a way, but there is a year-long task taking place for EKFB, Eiffage, Kia, F&B, whoever remember, I can't remember who they were now. You guys will tell me out there. They're pushing half a kilometre of deck into position. So a bridge slide, basically. A bridge slide to push almost half a kilometre of deck into position high above the Misbourne Valley in Buckinghamshire. How about that? It's quite interesting. The Wendover Dean Viaduct, the first major railway bridge in the UK to be built at double composite approach, is pretty interesting. 3,700 tonnes by the end of the year would have been pushed up from an initial 590 tonnes this week. Jamie Collins of EKFB Senior Engineer said, the project team has reached a fundamental milestone in the build of this industry-leading viaduct. We're progressing well for the first 3 steel launches being conducted this year and already looking forward to seeing the viaduct come to life. Along with our supply chain partners, Eiffage Metal, we're proud to be delivering this viaduct safely into program. Oh, there you go. So Eiffage, part of EKFB, are a big player in the metal world. That would be the reason why they obviously got the contract. Very much so. Yeah, fair play to them. Go on, HS2, doing a bit of positive work with a positive press. Yeah, all good, really. But on the construction sports side, shall we say, just a little bit of roundup of what's going on out there. On the construction sports side, we have been out this week because we are, and I keep talking about it, but in different areas, we are making a real big effort to tie in the mental health of construction to the environment and our social value responsibilities, basically. So what we do notice on the big walks that we do quite frequently, and we are doing on the 15th of February in London, please join us, go online, see where we're at, and you can get on board. We're going to make a real point of clearing some waste on a lot of walks that we do. Not all of them. Some of them we are just going to walk and enjoy it, but we are going to be out in the great outdoors numerous times a month, tidying up our communities. As a construction world, and as a lot of these companies that get construction projects awarded to them, they do say they do a lot for the social value side of things and the environment. So we are on ourselves creating the opportunity for companies to come on board with us to clear up the waste that is out there. So we've done it this week, and it was very rewarding, not going to lie. It was a beautiful day, blue sky. It was 0 degrees, and it was amazing. And we're doing it again tomorrow. But we are going to be tying up as much as we can because we keep on saying it, but the plastic waste is causing loads of issues to the environment. It's causing huge issues in terms of floods, especially in the area where we are down in the southeast over the last few weeks, or the east of England. We're right in between it. It's causing huge issues. It causes massive issues to the wildlife. And is also getting into our water supply. And it was estimated by one report that we saw this morning that 18 kilos of plastic could be ingested by a human over a lifetime. I didn't do the report. That's not my facts. That's not my stats. That was what was posted online. But that is a shed load of plastic. So a bag of cement worth of plastic will be going down your gullet or through your respiratory system by the time that life is over. It's bonkers. And we want to go out there and tidy it up, really. But not only that, because of that side of it, but this waste is causing shed loads of issues also as the number one cause of debris reported on the UK roads. Construction waste is the number one reported one. So we want to show that we are responsible in a way. It isn't us. And personally, as construction sports team behind the scenes, we don't put the road waste out there. We put it all away quite sensibly. And if I ever did see someone or one of our employees chuck something out the window, they would be terminated within construction sports. So that's not the way we roll. But there are people out there who obviously do. We found bundles of bloody asbestos and bagged concrete and waste material this week. But we are realising that not only is it causing all these issues there, like I say, it's causing problems on the road. And debris on the road, what does that do? It causes crashes, it causes fatalities, it causes life-changing injuries, and it causes a shed load of trauma for a shed load of people. So if we, together, hopefully with the national highways, hopefully with a number of main contractors in our area, can come together and say, let's do something about it, we truly believe that we, as a team, can get out there and really start to make a difference in tidying up our communities. So that is where we're going with that. That has been brilliant. That has been very interesting. Construction Sports 100 Club is progressing. We've got a few things going on behind the scenes. We're really starting to raise the profile of it, what we're probably going to be really pushing out come next week / start of February, and bringing a lot more companies on board. It's going good. We've got a number of events lined up. So we've got the Trek, what's coming on the 15th of February. And then we've also got a very special announcement to make next couple of weeks with UK Construction Week with a event with them guys, 2 events with those guys over this year. We've also had a good catch up with a number of media teams across the industry, different organisations as well, who want to help. So good times are coming. It's been fun. It's been Been a good start to the year. I'm actually off next week, so this might go a little bit quiet next week. I'm having a little bit of time away, a few days away with the family. Then I'll be back. But it's going good. I think just looking at it, is there anything I've missed I want to touch on? I think it's all cool, isn't it? Really? I think we're all there. Nothing too much. I'll tell you what, Towels from the Hook. If you haven't seen Towels from the Hook, it's a podcast by, it's just popped off my computer, so I'm going to say it. Katie Kelleher, crane driver in the town, in the city, was, but now she's part of the Construction Plant Association. Yeah, CPA. Katie, love her. She's a great crack. Have a little look at it. It's a podcast. She's interviewed a number of people. Katie is a great crack. She's a good pal. I've only met her a handful of times, but we kicked it off straight away. I was a guest on her podcast, and I'd love to give it a little plug because it deserves a bit of a PR because she is a great crack. She does a lot with Lieber. Lieber are the main sponsor of her podcast. And yeah, it's a good one. So please go in there, have a little look, give her a bit of love, and say, well done. Apart from that, there's not too much today. It's going to get interesting next month. We've got a number of people lined up to come in as guests on our podcast. That will go live. Videos are going out. There's numerous stuff going on. And then this will become more and more professional and better and well reported as we go. But thank you for your patience. It's had some great we had some great feedback, especially through the world of TikTok and how we're seeing people respond and bite to certain things. But we're getting the truth of what goes on in construction. So thank you to everyone who's been involved with getting in to give us your feedback. Please keep it coming. Give us some stick, give us some love, give us whatever you want to give us. We're here to take it. Thank you. Over and out.